is a good podcast. Welcome to Mouse Out of Wedlock. This is a good podcast.
Welcome to Mouse Out of Wedlock for the second time ever, recording from my house. Jake has given himself a rat nest of cables on my bed. Whoa, holy shit. Will he ever recover?
I did it. I'm out.
He recovered.
Welcome back to the podcast. Me.
Welcome back, Jake.
It's November 1st. I did not get to meet Evil Fisher.
Fuck yeah. We last month was kind of a disaster for the podcast.
Yeah.
Because my computer killed itself.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to go to my sister's wedding.
Uh-huh.
So I was out of town last week.
Yep.
And
then
I'm done apologizing. Today is the introduction of Evil Fisher.
There's no more evil time.
There's no more apologizing.
November.
Yeah, that's right. I will not be apologizing for anything, and I'm going to stop censoring myself on the podcast. I want to say some evil things, so, you know.
Do you censor yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually much worse than this.
Wow.
Yeah.
We only really hang out in the context of the podcast.
That's not necessarily
That's
true.
not necessarily true, but it's definitely like per capita for our entire friendship.
Yeah.
I got to say at least 90% of it has been recorded. No, let's say at least 80%.
I would say 80% is probably close.
Yeah.
We have probably we're approaching 100 hours of recorded stuff together.
Yeah.
Between this and like improv shows.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's more time than most people spend with each other not recording. And I guess really there's been a lot of time. 80 is even probably too high. Let's call it 70%.
Sure, because
that's a comfortable
we only
number.
record for an hour, and sometimes we'll hang out for like an afternoon or whatever. So,
that's true.
Yeah. Well, we're here.
You're evil.
I'm evil now.
Welcome to Mouse Out of Wedlock. My name is Jake. I'm the only good host, apparently.
That's correct.
And
we've whittled it down.
No. I'm the last one.
The last good host of the podcast.
Who would have thought that I would have made it this far?
You know what made me evil? Flying.
On a plane?
I fucking hate flying so much right now, dude.
Uh-oh. How much do you hate it?
It was so horrible.
Well, okay, first off, the most important question, which airline did you fly?
So I flew United on the way there, and then I flew American on the way back. In the United flight, I was literally the furthest back right seat.
I'm shaking my head. Oh, no.
Okay.
Did you get to choose your seats?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Well, I just went for like the basic economy or whatever.
Right.
And for some reason, there's like 9 boarding groups now for planes.
Yeah.
And like, I bought the cheapest ticket, but surely like a lot of people bought the cheapest ticket, right?
Well, how soon to the day of the plane?
I bought it like a month ago.
A month before the thing?
Yeah.
Some people buy even further out than that. So
that's crazy.
A lot of people plan early.
Was
that for the wedding?
Yeah, it was for the wedding.
Was this a last minute wedding, or were you a last minute planner? I'd call a month relative last minute to buying a plane ticket.
Okay, that's ridiculous though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that you're right, but nobody should be buying a plane a month before the plane goes up.
I'm going to Florida this month.
Okay.
And I bought tickets last week. And that was like 3 weeks before. And I was like biting my nails with like how soon to it I was buying tickets.
Is it just that much worse? Because I didn't fly like a lot in my life, but like it used to be not this bad, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, let me take you back to 2001.
Oh, what happened?
There were some. This is gonna break your heart.
Yeah.
Terrorists took over the plane and they crashed into a building.
Is that why they made the seats smaller now?
Yep.
That's why they made the seats smaller.
So it's harder to get up to hijack.
Yeah, you can't get the box cutter out of your back pocket.
If it's in your pocket, it'll stab into the person next to you instead of the pilot.
No, it was fucking miserable, dude.
Yeah.
And the United flight, they had the seat back like entertainment things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the back row, you can't control them. You have a screen, you cannot control them.
Wait, like it's by design the back row doesn't allow you to control it?
There's no controller for it.
Oh.
Because it's like built into the seat or some shit. But like the back row just doesn't
So
have
can you turn it on?
No, it's on by default. And guess what it was showing me for the entire 2-hour plane ride?
Oh, no, what?
The trailer for The Flash.
The trailer?
The trailer
it just kept
for The
Flash.
I watched the trailer for The Flash probably 50 times. I wanted to blow my brains out, but there wasn't enough room to pull the gun out of my bag. I had my knees up to my armpits, dude, watching the trailer for The Flash for 2 fucking hours.
the trailer?
I don't know.
Why can you select? Like, that shouldn't even be an option for you to be able to just select trailer.
I guess HBO Max like bought United or something.
Oh my God. Discovery bought United.
Probably,
And then
yeah.
they bought HBO and they put all
Yeah. Yeah, so I was watching that, and then luckily about 30 minutes into the flight, the guy in front of me started watching The Flash. So, so I watched the first 15 minutes of The Flash.
Like over his shoulder?
Over his shoulder, yeah. And then he turned it off and watched South Park for the rest of the time.
Was that better? Could you hear it?
No, I couldn't hear it at all.
Could you hear the trailer to The Flash?
No.
So you got to just, okay. Well, that's at least a little better, I think.
I guess so. I think that would be much worse if I was just listening to the trailer for The Flash for 2 hours. But
yeah.
I did find the South Park decision not the most dangerous decision you can make to watch on an airplane, but not also the safest one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at any point, like, they could just be yelling, bomb, I'm going to bomb you. And then it comes out of the headphones.
Well, I'm more referencing
the
there was a large sign on the South Park episode that said faggot.
Oh.
So it's just the guy was watching TV and then the word faggot just popped up on a screen on the United flight.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's the worst thing you could watch on a plane? Because I've seen people watch like Game of Thrones on a plane before, which is like kind of wild because there's like crazy sex scenes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so you mean worse as in like for the people around you? What if a kid's right behind you and you can see over your
Well, I don't
shoulder?
even really care about like if a kid sees something on a plane. Like just I don't care about that. But
Kids
like,
shouldn't be on planes.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
There was also a crying baby on this plane. Another thing that we need box cutters for.
Yep.
Evil
Fisher is swinging. Oh my God. It really was your origin story.
It was so horrible, dude. It was awful. This is my Batman villain like origin story.
Yeah.
This is where it happens.
Your sister got married.
Yeah.
And as a result, you had to go on a plane.
I went off the deep end. What else happened? I wrote down a whole bunch of shit about this.
About the plane?
Yeah. Also, I think I'm like too fat to fly United now.
Really?
The chairs are too small for me.
That scares me.
Yeah.
If you're too fat to fly United, then I'm fucked.
I need to like get on a diet so I can get on planes and not be like super uncomfortable.
How was the American flight?
The American one was a little bit better.
In my experience, American's good.
Yeah, they have these. They have different planes, obviously. Go for the Sky Bus. Sky Bus, good amount of leg room. The 747, not enough leg room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way back was the flights weren't horrible, but it was snowing in Denver, so I had to drive like an hour and a half in the snow to get to the airport.
Oh, the wedding was in Denver?
Yeah.
Wait, and it was October? It's already snowing? Damn.
It was first snow of the year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
I mean, maybe not for you, but it's beautiful, I'm sure.
It was. I woke up at 5 a.m., drove an hour and a half to an airport, sat on the plane for 2 hours before we departed because they had to de-ice the plane.
Yeah.
Which, have we not figured out how to fly the plane with ice on it at this point?
I feel like it's too risky, right? Like,
I mean,
ice can form in different ways.
I guess, but like another thing, have we not figured out how to fly the plane without everyone turning their phones to airplane mode?
I have to assume that's a myth.
Like, why are we still doing that?
I couldn't tell you.
Like, surely, like, what is going to happen? Is the plane going to fall out of the sky if I have my phone on?
I would Google it, but I'm realizing right now I'm not connected to your Wi-Fi.
Oh.
And we're gonna take a break after these messages.
This episode of Mouse and Wedlock is brought to you by United Airlines.
Wow.
Are you over 200 pounds? Don't get on the fucking flight, you idiot.
All right, and that we'll pause there.
Right. Why can't you were supposed to Google why you have to put your phone on airplane mode?
Oh,
still.
right. To answer a question that started off the podcast,
Yeah.
pink eye is very contagious.
Pink eye's contagious.
Extremely contagious.
Well, Jake, don't fart on my pillow anymore.
Promises. Okay. Okay. Why airplane mode?
While you're Googling that, I also came to a realization that the flight attendants, what is the correct way to say this? Is flight attendant offensive now?
I think stewardess is the offensive term. I think they prefer nurse.
Nurse?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for one, I think we need to replace all of them with one guy on Adderall who just runs up and down the aisle.
For entertainment or because you think that'd be more efficient?
It'd be more efficient and funnier.
Yeah.
I've also realized that all flight attendants are for the male gaze still. Like the only people that work on airplanes as flight attendants are gay men and straight women.
Mm.
There's no queer women, and there's no
straight men.
There's no straight men.
I won't stand for this.
There's no straight men.
The straight men are being excluded from the sky.
How are we going to stop the terrorists if we don't have straight men on the plane?
That is a very good point. Genuinely,
Yeah.
What if all of the flight attendants on those were just big buff dudes, right?
Need burly men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I get the airline's perspective because every ounce you bring onto the plane costs more fuel weight in the sky. So you have to get the smallest people.
Well, I got some Josh Gad motherfuckers on there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whenever you said gay men, I assumed it was like twinks on the plane.
No.
Twinks on a plane.
Twinks on a plane.
That's the worst movie you can watch on a plane.
We got to make that now. Twinks on a plane.
Okay. Why, per FCC, its signals could interfere with critical aircraft instruments.
What are we doing? Are we living in the 19th century still? What are we like? Is a plane gonna die because my phone's connected?
I don't think they had planes in the 19th century period. This is crazy.
Listen, you're right, but is this another one of these like we used to be able to go to the moon and we forgot how to do it things?
Yeah,
we've just stopped evolving technology. We're just making like crypto and NFTs now.
Yeah, it's insane that this is still, if it's really this big of an issue, why is it in the trust of the average person? Like, why is the responsibility?
I just forget to do it half the time.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
so why, if it's really going to fuck a plane up in such a way that it could make it crash, why is that power in everybody's pocket?
Yeah.
That seems scary.
They give you those like bags that make your phone not work for comedy shows, but you can go on a plane and they do the announcement. Also, the announcement, let's fucking stop with the announcement of like how, like, I don't need to know where the rafts are if I'm flying from Dallas to Austin. Like, what are we fucking doing? Okay. It's a waste of everyone's time.
It's pretty funny.
No one's paying attention.
Yeah.
We got to stop.
Well, you have to justify the pay rate for the nurses.
I guess, but the nurses. Why? Okay, why are you calling them the nurses?
Because that's what they prefer.
Oh, sure. And you don't specify. It's not a male nurse. It's just a nurse.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, they can't bribe me with a half a can of Coke and some peanuts to think that they're valuable.
You got food?
They offer me food. I never take food on the plane.
Why? What?
Because I don't want to deal with the hassle of like I gotta jungle all this trash in front of me and make sure that if there's turbulence, I don't spill my half can of Coke on my neighbor.
You know, this is Kanye's famous take.
What is his take?
It's that tweet that he's like, I hate it when they give you the water bottle on the plane because now you got to be responsible for the water bottle or whatever.
Hey, I agree.
Yeah.
Kanye's made some great points, and that's probably one of his best ones.
Here, I'm going to read it word for word here.
Okay.
I hate when I'm on a flight and I wake up with a water bottle next to me. Like, oh, great. Now I got to be responsible for this water bottle.
He's on a private jet. Surely no one will take care of it for you, Kanye.
And when is the last time Kanye wrote Coach?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Like 2005?
Even then, that might be a little, because the college dropout
Yeah.
was like 04, so.
Yeah.
Damn. 20 years?
I think it's been, yeah. Remember when people were getting mad at Taylor Swift for flying private?
Yeah.
I think they should keep doing that. I think we should continue to be mad at her for that.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. I think that out there are some dads who are super grateful for this whole thing.
Really? Why?
Because imagine,
because their wife finally likes football.
well, because they're kids. Imagine you're a dad in like East Texas or whatever, one of the dads I know, and you've always wanted a son to throw around the ball with, but then your wife, just like the bitch she is, just keeps pumping out daughters.
Right.
Like, we'll try one.
Yeah.
It's a daughter. You're like, okay, we can try again. That's another daughter. I got one more in me. This is the last we can afford. It's another fucking daughter.
Time for a new wife.
Yeah. But but you don't do that.
Right.
Well, this dad doesn't do that. And you got 3 daughters and you love football and they don't give a rat's ass about it.
Yeah.
Now, suddenly you have a reason for your daughters, at least one of them, to care about football with you. Like,
I guess so.
They're watching the game. Maybe they're asking questions like what's happening because they're waiting to see Taylor in the audience, you know?
Yeah, I guess, but is this dad, this hypothetical dad that you've created, ready for the blowback when they break up?
No.
Because
I don't think he knows though.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a huge problem. But right now, like live in the sun. Well, live in the sunshine. You know.
Yeah.
Let the night be the nighttime.
Let the night be the nighttime. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens when that blows up because it's going to, right?
Well, they might get married.
You think so? Taylor Swift's a lesbian.
Is that? Huh?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Jake lowers glasses to the edge of nose.
You say what?
Taylor Swift's definitely like queer.
Who? What? Why?
We just know.
Gaydar.
We just know this shit.
The gays know.
The gays know.
Huh. Yeah. I guess that would be bad for her career.
To be a lesbian?
Yeah.
Well,
because all the like
I guess partially. She's too famous to be queer.
Well, all the girls who like grow up liking her or whatever are like the straight girls, right? I assume.
I don't know who's the like. I
assume lesbians like I don't know.
I don't think anybody. Do people our age care about Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I think.
I guess. Am I just that far out of the mainstream?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of sucks, but it's kind of good too, I guess. Because I can't name. I can name like one Taylor Swift song. It's the one she wrote about 9/11 when she was like 14.
She has way more songs than that. What about Mean? What about Shake It Off?
I know the one where she says she's gonna call her boyfriend gay if he breaks up with her.
I don't know that one.
That one's pretty good.
I like that though. That's
funny.
That
one's pretty good.
What's that one with the goat?
There's one with a goat.
Whoa, trouble, trouble, trouble. And remember they did the edit of the goat screaming?
Yeah.
Wah!
Now I'm laying on the cold hard floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
That's really funny.
I know Taylor from the memes, dude. I don't know her from the music.
Well, when's the last time you listened to the radio?
Probably like sophomore year of high school.
Damn. Good for you.
I mean, maybe. I'm like completely detached from media. I came to this realization like a couple days ago when like coworkers were talking about like TV shows they watched growing up. Like I just don't know anything that happened like pop culture wise from like 97 to 2015.
So you missed most of Friends.
Yeah, R.I.P. to that guy or whatever.
Matthew Perry.
Yeah, that guy drowned or something.
Yeah, the like at the time of recording, the popular theory is that he had a heart attack in his pool, but they haven't had like a full toxicology report or like autopsy kind of.
I never watched Friends. Did you watch Friends?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Friends?
Love it.
Really?
It's a guilty pleasure, but yeah, definitely.
Why do you feel guilty about it?
Laugh track sitcom.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to swallow. It's a little better than when it's like they're actually performing to an audience kind of thing, and these are the real audiences laughed and not just like plugged in. Sure, and maybe there is some plugged in stuff, but it feels pretty organic.
Yeah. That was one of the better ones, probably.
Yeah. I'll still watch it every now and then. I've probably seen the whole show twice. When I was in high school, my mom and dad got the D word.
Dissected.
Yeah. Their marriage was dissected.
Whoa.
And me and my mom moved out, and we moved to this house without internet. We didn't have internet. We couldn't afford it. So we did disc Netflix well after.
I remember you telling me about this. You get like half seasons of Friends on disc and just watch it through.
We watched all of Friends. That was the first show we all watched together. Well, I think technically the first show I watched on it was Alf.
The alien that eats cats?
Yeah.
What's up with that? What's up with that show?
He's wacky. Okay, so this makes sense that you would have missed this because this I think was 80s.
Yeah.
Alf, he's an alien. He's like flying in his ship. He crash lands in this backyard of this family.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh God, an alien!" And he's like, "Wuzza," or whatever. He's wacky and he's like sarcastic.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh, he's not gonna hurt us." He's like, "Give me your cat. I'm gonna eat your cat." And they keep wanting to. He keeps wanting to eat the cat.
Does he eat the cat?
No, he never eats the cat.
Wait, he never. Okay, so the thing I know about Alf is that he eats the cat.
No, he doesn't ever eat the cat. He loves his planet. Cats are a delicacy, but he doesn't eat. He never gets the family cat.
He keeps self-control.
Yeah. Well, a little. I think he wants to.
Alf keeps it in his pants.
Yeah.
That's the title of the episode.
The thing with Alf is the family hides him and agrees you can live here.
Okay.
But they have to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
But Alf is like clumsy and he doesn't understand things, so he'll just like fuck something up, like make it blow a hole in the wall, and the family's got to be like, "Oh, wow, the radiator I got sure was fiery." And the neighbors are all like, and I'm pretty sure one of the neighbors thinks that there's an alien living in the house, and it's like her mission to prove it. She's like a nosy old neighbor.
I like that. That's fun.
And apparently everyone who worked on the show hated working on it, especially the main guy, the dad.
Really?
Yeah, he thought it was beneath him, and it was a shitty experience because you're working with a puppet, and the puppetry that they had to do was
like Jim
really
Henson,
intense.
right?
I don't think it was Henson.
Really?
No.
I thought it was for some reason.
And the show ends on a super downer note. The last episode of the show, the cops come and find him, and then it ends.
Do they shoot him?
They don't shoot him, but they take him away. They take him from the family to go to the government research lab, and that is how the show ends.
How the show ends?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's fucked. They then, years later, made an Alf movie that deals with what happened to Alf after that.
Yeah.
That's happier. But for years, all people knew was just like, oh, fuck. Like, we grew to love this alien, and then he was ripped from us by the government.
It was sent to a black site.
Yeah.
That's funny. I guess the thing I'm trying to figure out is, like, what has my lack of being involved with media for the entirety of my childhood done to me? Because I feel like it's given me, and maybe this is just me coping, but it's given me like some kind of unique lens to do comedy through, because I just don't know shit about anything. So my references are like way different.
Yeah.
And I find referential comedy like very poor most of the time. And I'm kind of free from that because I just don't have the references. Like, I'm not going to do a SpongeBob meme to you because I haven't watched SpongeBob, you know?
You don't watch SpongeBob?
No, they were gay for each other. He wasn't allowed to watch that.
You weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob because of the gayness?
They were gay for each other, yeah.
That's insane. I know other kids who weren't allowed to watch it because it was like too stupid or lowbrow, but like...
I think that was also a reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because of the gay...
Well, if my parents are listening to the show, maybe they'll call me and say, that's not what we meant. But that's what I took away from the situation.
Yeah, too gay.
Yeah. I also, just like a lot of stuff, and I've talked about this before earlier on the show, but like couldn't play Pokemon because the psychic types were demonic and shit like that.
That's right.
It's just, I'm probably coping, but I'm choosing to use it as like freedom from referential comedy, which I find to be very low on the tiers of comedy.
Yeah, which is good. I think you're right that it is low.
Yeah.
Different references, at least. But also, I do feel like, I don't know, there's something to bigger, like, it takes away referential humor, but it also takes away this bigger, better version of it that I would call homage, you know? Like,
I guess that's fair.
I feel like they're similar, but like one is done just as like a shoot from the hip, I can't think of a joke, this is what I'm going to do, is just say a quote from The Office.
Yeah.
And another one is, I admire this thing. It influenced me, and I'm going to put a scene that's shot for shot the same way as this other movie.
Sure. Yeah.
That is done in reference, or not in reference. I guess in reference, but also like in.
I mean, homage is a great word for what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess that's
out of
true.
respect for.
Yeah. It also gives me the opportunity to like see the ridiculousness of former media because I didn't experience it at the time.
So as an adult, if you consume it for the first time, it's like,
be like, what? This weird alien with a snoz wants to eat the cat? I don't know what's up with that. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird. Now, it was weird then too.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think that helps. Nostalgia glasses definitely get in the way of taste. There's a lot of stuff that I like that I will still watch from my childhood that I am aware is not as good as I remember it being, that I still love because I associate it with that time period of my life.
Yeah. I think the other thing that's happened is I just don't have nostalgia because I didn't have a childhood. Yeah, Jake?
It's the most supportive noise I could make.
It was a soft
and then I laughed about that. I wasn't laughing at you.
Okay.
Well, you never like climbed a tree or like played stick hoop or whatever you do in Kansas?
No, I cut wood.
Yeah, that sounds like a Kansas childhood.
I mean, I guess. It's not what like the other people around me were doing.
They were playing Pokemon.
They were playing Pokemon.
And kissing boys and stuff.
And kissing boys. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't do anything. Like, I feel like I didn't like do anything but like chores
School.
in school.
You didn't like hang out with friends after school? You didn't go to like,
I
sleepovers?
wasn't allowed to go to sleepovers.
Whoa.
Like,
no sleepovers?
No, never.
Hmm.
I mean, in high school, but like high school you don't do sleepovers in high school.
Yeah.
You play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 till 4 in the morning, and then you go home.
Were you allowed to do that?
At that point, in high school, I was over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
I had younger siblings that were.
So you couldn't watch TV.
I didn't have cable.
There you go.
I've told the story before. We had cable briefly, and then my parents narked on us and took the cable away.
Yep. Monsters.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Your parents didn't tell you about 9/11.
Didn't tell me about it. I mean, that's unrelated. But
Which is the most important part of our childhood.
I guess so. Yeah.
I had a crazy experience. I have a 16-year-old cousin.
Okay.
And he's, I talk to him, I hang out with him. He's got similar tastes to me.
Yeah.
I like superhero stuff. I've been watching the Spectacular Spider-Man, which was a Disney show that was.
Oh. Is that animated?
It's an animated Disney show.
Yeah.
That's like it was only 2 seasons. It got canceled right as Disney bought Marvel.
Wait, so it was a Disney Spider-Man show, and then Disney bought Marvel, and then they canceled it?
Yeah, it was a Sony Spider-Man show that was originally released on the CW.
Okay,
then
gotcha.
it was season 2 was released on Disney.
I see.
And then because they bought it, Sony didn't have the rights to make TV based on Spider-Man anymore, so they couldn't keep doing that, even though it was on the Disney Channel.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
That's
insane.
so
Corporate
cool.
red tape got in the way
That's awesome.
of this thing that Disney already had a big part of.
That's pretty
it's
cool.
super fucked because it's a really good show. I'd never seen it before. I love Spider-Man. It's a great show. If anyone's listening and hasn't seen it and you like Spider-Man, this is one of the best Spider-Man stories told, although it ends after 2 seasons. It's very sad. Anyway, came out in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So I texted my cousin. He's 16. And I was like, well, I was a little old for it. I bet he was the right age for it. So I texted him. I was like, hey, were you the target age range for Spectacular Spider-Man? He said, it came out when I was 1.
Uh-huh.
And that fucked with me. That like
Did
busted my head.
You feel old?
I felt so old. I didn't do the math on it. I was like, I was too old for this, and you weren't even memory forming yet. Like how?
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It really, really broke me.
Do other things make you feel old? I haven't really experienced that quite yet. I mean, I work with some people that are like 20, and every once in a while they'll say something that I don't understand, but like. For the most part, I feel like I'm still pretty up to date on like, because here's the other thing that happened. Because like I didn't experience media at all until like high school.
Right.
Social media, like TV, any of that stuff. And then I kind of just started drinking out of the fire hose of YouTube, and I haven't really stopped.
Yeah.
In like 8 years. So at this point, I'm like, I feel caught up with current stuff, but anything pre like 2015, I'm completely gone.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like the part of your brain that normal people would have had taken up by years of childhood media was dormant, and then you flooded it with YouTube.
Yeah, I just put Vine and YouTube into my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have Vine when it was Vine, or did you watch Vine compilations?
Well, I think I want to say watch Vine compilations.
Gotcha.
But I had the app when it was still active. I miss Vine. Vine was cool.
Yeah, the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
That was the moment that the nation fell.
Vine was so ahead of its time in a way that like people weren't ready for, I don't think.
Yeah.
Vertical video.
6 seconds.
6-second vertical video.
That's all you need. 6 seconds to the media of the future.
Yeah.
So you started drinking from the hose of YouTube.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because you have more online references than I have.
I'm
like
fucking obsessed with YouTube. It's like probably not healthy. Like I know more about YouTube than literally anything else in my life.
But also like the crazy thing about YouTube is you could take 5 people like you who like grew up without a childhood, quotes there, and then
I mean I said it.
I know. I'm quoting you.
Okay,
literally.
gotcha.
I'm quoting you. 5 people who grew up without a childhood who flooded their brain with YouTube for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And all 5 of you could have never seen the same video ever. Right?
That's true.
There's so much YouTube. Like you could potentially have no overlapping interests or views online.
Yeah.
Maybe not none, but like very few. There are some inescapable videos, right?
Sure. Or it's more even like the format and like how the structure of YouTube works and tracking how the algorithm was and ad power ellipses 1 through 6 and like all that shit. Like, I mean, it is useful because I like that's why I have the job I have is because I know how YouTube is supposed to look, and that's why I'm able to like direct shows and like cut them and they just go on YouTube and it works.
Yeah.
But it's also like sometimes I feel like that's the only thing I have in my brain, and it's not a good feeling.
Yeah, because like, what if the world ends tomorrow?
Well, then I won't care.
Yeah,
because the world will be over. But yeah, I don't know. Like I've started like going out in public a little bit more, and it's been nice. It's given me like material for comedy and stuff.
Good.
I saw somebody throw like a pavilion tent at a car today in the liquor store parking lot.
Cool.
It was pretty dope.
Did it hurt the car?
She missed.
Oh.
Yeah, she missed. There was some sort of domestic was happening.
This is why women's sports will never take off.
Yeah, that's right.
A man would have hit that car with the pavilion.
A man would have hit that car. Yeah. No, it's just been fun to like people watch a little bit. Even though I hated being on the plane, like I just kind of want to be like out in public and around people a little bit more, just to, I don't know, have more things to laugh at that aren't just like online media.
So evil Fisher is just outdoor Fisher.
I don't think it's outdoor. It's just like I'm now a lurker. I am now a parasite on society trying to take away funny bits to use in media. Because it all comes back to that.
I don't think but you don't have to frame it in this negative, like
yeah.
parasitic way, you know? Like you're not like a leech on society for stepping outside and laughing at something, you know?
I mean, I guess that's true, but am I contributing anything? I mean, I guess this is maybe contributing to like the 10 people that listen to the show.
Mm-hmm. And also your other job.
Yeah.
You're being paid for that.
True, and like people watch those videos, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird to have your, like, I don't even think I like fully mean this, but like your worth tied up in the things you make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're at least like,
because that's what I want.
Capital worth, right? Like in the framework that we are living in right now, the idea is supposed to be you get X amount of money for how much you are contributing to the world, right? That's the theory.
I mean, that's not. Yes, that's the theory of capitalism,
but it's not. That's not what's happening in practice for sure. But in theory,
I hear what you're saying.
So, like, to have that number tied to art that you're making, right?
Yeah.
You know, like it's very strange.
Yeah, it is very strange to like try to make a career out of what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, even what you're doing, like game show hosting, like I view that in a similar way.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like we're creating experiences for people that are fleeting, and some can exist online for, I don't know, however long YouTube exists, but like we create something and then a week later it's irrelevant.
Yeah. Yes, I was gonna say, especially like in your form, because there are people who are doing similar things to you. Like, you could argue a sports game or something like this is for this week, but if it's a big game, this could be reviewed like for the rest of history.
Yeah.
But like movie makers, you know, like someone who's making a movie isn't doing it to make this week's big movie. They're doing it to like, I have art and I'm trying to put it out and I want this to look like this. And it can in theory be enjoyed as much in 20 years as it is today.
Yeah.
Whereas,
and I feel that way about some of the stuff I've made, like the Couch in a Bottle, like short, like sketches that I did. Like, those are still evergreen, and like I'm super proud of those.
Evergreen, good word, yeah.
And there's stuff I've made for Rooster Teeth that I feel really happy about, and like I will continue to be proud of. Like all this Best Friends Today stuff that we've been doing, like I feel really happy about that. But a lot of the stuff I work on is like episode 757 of a podcast, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's still fun and fulfilling, and like it's a good job, but I want to make more things that are like meaningful in the long term, I think. And it's hard. Like that's just the industry we work in, is like you have to, like the reason we put this podcast out once a week, one, we want to do it. It's fun to do.
Yeah.
But two, like this is the only way to try to build an audience is to consistently post. Like I can't spend 4 months working on a video and post it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a built-in audience. So like I have to start doing this and then spin up other projects. Because like if you just random post like a 30-second to 3-minute like short film that you like spend a lot of time on and you think is really funny, like 100 people will see it maybe.
Yeah.
And then it'll just rot on YouTube for the rest of time.
Yeah, it's weird whenever I see like I like a lot of like video essayists.
Video essayists are really impressive right now. That's a good format.
I love it. I'm a big fan. I like someone just giving me their thought or doing research on a topic and delivering it. It's like a funny documentary is almost what I see
Sure,
it as,
yeah.
right? And it's weird to see some of those channels like start and then immediately blow up. I'm like, how did you do that? Did they have like maybe a social media, like a TikTok that I didn't know about? I'm not on social media.
I thought you were on Truth Social.
I haven't been on since the last
Did
time
you try
we
to
were
change
on
your
air.
name to Gadolf Diddler?
I think I did do that on.
I'm so proud of that joke, and probably 3 people heard it because it was in the last minute of that podcast. For people that don't know, go listen to the last episode Jake and I did together. I can't remember the name of the episode. But the question Jake asked was, what's some name you can give to your child that will ruin their life, but you cannot be held accountable for? And I suggested Gadolf Diddler.
Oh yeah, do we want to play that game again?
I mean,
The Ask Reddit game.
you can, sure, yeah.
Well, I have a story.
You have a story?
I have something that happened in the hiatus.
Okay. It has been a little while. I guess we haven't seen each other for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What happened?
Have you ever heard of the funny comedian man Eric Andre?
Yeah.
Eric Andre is a comedian from the Adult Swim show, the Eric Andre Show,
Yeah.
and other projects. I went to see him live a couple of weeks ago. He was here in Austin.
How was it?
It was awesome. It was great. It was a little tamer than I thought it would be because he was doing like the show. He wasn't doing stand up. It was supposed to be the Eric Andre Show live. It's called the Eric Andre Explosion.
Did he have like a guest?
He had one guest that was a local rapper.
Okay.
And then he did a competition where he brought 2 people up. One of them is a girl I knew, Chelsea.
Okay.
She was dressed as a ranch bottle, and she chugged 2
I
bottles
saw
of
that.
ranch.
I saw that photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
She chugged 2
I
bottles
didn't
of
realize
ranch.
that was Chelsea.
That was Chelsea.
I didn't recognize her.
It was crazy. And then, I lead this off with me and my friend group who went. We camped at the front. We were right at the front, ready to be in the splash zone when he was throwing all sorts of shit out on the audience. He like blended up McDonald's and dumped it on people in the crowd, stuff like that.
Cool.
So we were prepared to be in the splash zone.
Yeah.
Then for his final guest of the night, he decides to pick an audience member, and he's like, "Who wants to be my guest?" And we all raise our hands, and we all raise and everything. And I decided to go the opposite route. Most people were freaking out, like, "Me, me, me!" And I'm just holding my hand up, and I'm just like, "Me, I could do it.
Wow.
Just me if you want."
Stone cold.
Stone cold. I was just like casual, just like, "Hey, I'm right here if you want me."
Hey, I got a big dick.
And he picked me.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he picked me to go on stage. So I cut across the crowd.
Did you touch Eric Andre?
And I get up at the stairs to get on the top of the stage. And right as I'm about to step foot on stage, he stops me and asks, "Do you have an iPhone?"
Oh no.
And I say, "Nope." And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." And he sends me off stage. And he asks, I need someone with an iPhone.
No.
Because he wanted to FaceTime an ex of theirs. And since I had an Android,
Jake, I'm so sorry.
I couldn't get up there. So I got 1 foot away from the stage of Eric Andre, and I got kicked off because I have an Android.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you cry that night?
I'm a little grateful. I would have loved to have been on stage. I think I would have been a better guest than the guy he ended up picking.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I didn't have to go into my whole like ex life.
Do you have an ex that you could have FaceTime?
I don't even know how that would have gone, who I would have selected for that.
What is your relationship with your exes? I know this is a little bit off topic, but like one of them I'm friends with still, and the other one I have completely deleted from my phone and I have no way to communicate with anymore.
My exes?
Do you have multiple?
Do I have multiple? I'm trying to think.
I only have 2.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I have
relevant ones.
So relevant ones. Starting back from high school, there's one I couldn't possibly communicate with if I wanted to. There's one I wouldn't communicate if I wanted to, who's still vaguely in the sphere of my life.
Okay.
She's like a friend of mine's relative, but like
okay.
He's a good friend of mine, and then
Gotcha.
a relative of his. So like, there's still
when you said relative,
connection.
I got a little bit freaked out.
Not my relative.
Okay, good.
No. And then, but we haven't talked in forever, and I wouldn't mind that, but there's
It
no
would
way
just
it would
be,
happen.
yeah.
It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, sure.
Then there's an ex of mine who is a good friend of mine. She recently got married.
Shout out.
She moved to Norway, is now back in the States.
She moved to Norway?
Yeah.
Was her husband Norwegian?
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So we're still good friends.
Okay.
Then I have another one who also got married, but hates my guts.
Okay.
Then I have another one from college who I'm good friends or pretty good friends with still. We dated, lived together for a while.
Okay.
And you know, we're still pretty good friends. Then I have another one from college who smashed my heart into 1,000 pieces.
Is this who you would have Eric Andre call? Probably.
I don't have her number. I don't think I have her number in my phone. I'm sure I have blocked her in every meaningful way.
Yeah.
And then I have one more who I'm like on and off with essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I've been on with for the last few months.
Okay. Well, good for you.
So I don't want to frame it as on and off with because
that
would be offensive to her.
I understand.
She's only an ex in that we have broken up, but we are dating again.
Yeah. I don't think I'd call that an ex, but
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
So yeah, people who would be considered. So I don't even know who I would have him call.
Yeah.
But so it would have been weird. No matter what, though, I would have been uncomfortable by it.
Yeah.
He ended up the kid who he brought on stage was like 20. He ended up FaceTiming the ex. Ex didn't pick up, so Eric Andre ended up FaceTiming that kid's mom.
That's
and
fun.
that I would have loved.
That's
I would
fun.
have loved him to FaceTime my mom.
Yeah, that's good.
She would have been very confused.
Yeah, does she know who Eric Andre is?
No idea.
Yeah.
No doubt.
My mom wouldn't know who Eric Andre is either.
And this kid's mom didn't either. I think I would have been a better guest. I would have loved because he asked at one point, so what do you do for work? And I could have plugged Game On to all of those people.
You could have.
Oh.
You could have really driven some business.
But all I needed was an iPhone.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Does this make you reconsider your life choices?
No. At this point, I'm more solidified.
Really?
Because I think that is the worst possible thing that could happen to me because I have an Android and I didn't have an iPhone. So it's all only upward from here.
I really think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any other situation that could have been worse than
Yeah.
that for having an Android phone.
Yeah. I think this is like, at this point, now it's all benefit.
You were discriminated against.
I was literally discriminated against.
Yeah. Like you were discriminated
Yeah.
against for having an Android phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's my story.
Wow.
So that's how I almost met it. That was almost my evening or my dinner with Andre,
Wow.
Eric.
I know that's a thing. I don't know what it's
It's a movie.
Okay, good.
It's a movie called My Dinner with Andre.
Okay. Is that about a vampire?
No, it's about two guys who sit at a table and have a conversation.
Sounds like a boring movie.
Yeah, kind of is. I've seen half of it, but I've seen the Community episode based on it like 20 times.
Gotcha.
That's my story.
That's a good story.
Pretty shitty.
That is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's fine.
I'm sorry Eric Andre
Discriminated to me.
phone shamed you. Yeah.
Fucking got me, dude.
Get this Android slut off the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the show was good?
Show was good. I will say it's tamer than I thought it was. At one point, he gives a rim job to the Grim Reaper, but we were close enough to see that he didn't actually give that guy a rim job. He just put his face in his butt and shake near it.
So, okay. Like he actually was like...
This guy was dressed as the Grim Reaper.
And was it nude butt?
No, it was pants.
It was pants.
He had pants, and he pulled up the cloak and put his face next to his butt and shook. I would have gotten in there.
Yeah.
Especially with pants on. I would have stuck my face straight in that dude's butt.
Come on, Eric. Get in there.
But they were like $60 tickets. So I think for that price, he should have actually rim jobbed that guy.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty pissed about it.
Remember the Johnny Knoxville tour that he did?
No.
That was crazy.
You know a reference of a thing?
Listen,
Jackass?
I know like the randomest shit.
Yeah. Were you allowed to watch Jackass?
No.
Yeah, no way, right?
But like here's another example. Like people were talking about the TV show Doug at work yesterday.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck is Doug?
You never heard of Doug?
No. And literally
Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's what people started saying to me. They're like, Patty Mayonnaise. I was like, that's word. Why would I? What the fuck is a Patty Mayonnaise? And so, like, I was just being mocked by literally everyone in the room. The hosts of Rooster Teeth podcast were making fun of me for not knowing what Doug was.
Was it on air?
No, It wasn't. Luckily, my shame will be hidden. But then one of the producers, like, who I'm pretty close with and, like, knows that I know nothing about references except for, like, the randomest shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was bringing up, like, Steven Seagal's reggae album yesterday. It was like in response to them not knowing what Doug was. I was like, yeah, but I know. And then later in the conversation, something came up about Steven Seagal. I was like, yeah, you know, he has a reggae album, right? I also like the producer was like, Fisher, do you know what Viva La Bam is? It was like, yeah, I know what Viva La Bam is.
But why? And how?
I don't know, because I love stupid shit.
Yeah.
I love the dumbest, most like out of left field, like shouldn't exist things. And Viva La Bam is one of those things.
Yeah.
Also, the reggae album by Steven Seagal is one of those things.
Yeah, that's true.
The less it deserves to exist, the more I care about it.
Okay, I gotta look up this reggae album.
Oh, have you not heard this before?
No.
Oh, holy shit. I know we're going to break our rule about not listening to music on the podcast because it's Evil Fisher season and I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's Evil Fisher season.
Strut?
I don't know the title of it.
It released a Jamaican dancehall song called Strut featuring the most X-rated local female artist of that time.
Oh, yeah, we should totally listen to this.
Oh, God.
He does do the accent.
Oh, no.
Steven Seagal. Pussy clap. This is good shit. Ooh, hey. He want the punani.
Is that him?
That's him.
That's him?
He said he wanted the punani.
I couldn't hate this more.
It's beautiful, dude.
The first comment, because this is on YouTube, there is no beginning to his talent.
I love Steven Seagal, dude.
Oh.
Steven Seagal might be my favorite celebrity.
That's insane.
He sucks so bad.
That's so unhinged. Why did he do this?
Oh man, have you seen some of his later movies where he's like a sniper, but he like refuses to get out of his chair? He's he's like 300 pounds, like pretending to be like a Navy SEAL. Oh man, Steven Seagal rules. Dude.
Oh my God, make me want the buddy, make me feel nice. Boy, what you really want all night. Make me want the punani. C4 make nice.
C4 make nice?
She want the buddy. Him want the punani. And me know it nice.
Wow.
love
Steven Seagal's so cool.
He uses the word fat with a PH in this song.
He does?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Well,
yeah. What would you quantify that genre of celebrities as? Like Steven Seagal, Dennis Rodman,
Gary
Busey, Kevin Bacon almost.
Unhinged.
Charlie Sheen.
Here's how I would describe all of them.
Yeah.
Stuck a knife in an electric socket as a kid.
Maybe, yeah. I think we need to go back to celebrities being like insane people.
Insane, but like also
like not dangerous though.
Yeah.
Like just
he's not running for president.
No.
He's not. It doesn't seem like he's raping.
Yeah.
It seems
I would put Johnny Depp in that category maybe, but he had like the weird stuff with Amber Heard that like I don't really care about.
Yeah. That was too serious.
That sucked.
This is like vaguely offensive, but it's mostly just like out of left field.
Chet Hanks.
Yeah.
He's definitely in this category.
Chet Hanks
he also does Jamaican accents.
All the time, and he refuses to stop.
Yeah. He thinks it's cool, and I agree.
Yeah, I'm with him.
It's pretty cool. We need more people like that. We need people that aren't involved in politics. I know Steven Seagal is like a big Russia guy, but like I don't.
Which seems opposite of all of the characters he plays.
I know he's playing like a Navy SEAL in every movie, but he's like Vladimir Putin. Have you heard that? Okay. Have you heard him say Vladimir Putin?
No.
You need to look that up, please. We're going on Steven Seagal season, folks.
Yeah.
Man, he's so cool.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
It's Steven Seagal.
Okay.
We're doing a month of Steven Seagal content. Have you seen him run where he like flaps his hands back and forth?
No. No, I don't know anything about Steven. I don't know if I've ever seen one of his movies.
Dude, Steven Seagal rules, dude.
Vladimir Putin.
He pretends like he's good at Taekwondo. Well, it's actually Aikido, which is like this weird like martial arts that definitely doesn't work.
Steven Seagal granted Russian citizenship by his good pal Vladimir Putin. This is from the New York Post.
Oh, you probably just type in like Vladimir Putin, Steven Seagal soundbite.
Okay.
That will give it to you. Who else? We don't have any like, I guess Pete Davidson maybe is in this.
What, crazy?
Well, like just like insane celebrity that like doesn't do anything like actually too offensive.
Russian DJ Evil Seagal just dropped his new single Vladimir Putin. Oh, it's Funny or Die. Okay, here we go.
Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin.
He put some stank on it, dude.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin.
We need to put that on the soundboard, I think.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I wonder if Vladimir's sad that nobody's paying attention to his war anymore.
Oh yeah, that's still going on, huh?
Yeah.
There's a new hot war. There's a new young war.
Yeah.
New young sexy war.
Yeah. Leo DiCaprio's looking at the new war.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I even call it a war. It's just like Israel bombing civilians. It's just a genocide happening right now.
I'm gonna wait to see how it plays out before I
Really?
take a stance.
Are you?
Yeah. Let's just see who wins, and then that's the side I pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
No, it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
They're just killing kids. It's not fun.
Kids killing kids.
Well, not really. It's U.S. rockets killing kids.
Yeah, the U.S. are the bad guys in this situation.
I mean, yeah, we created Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Let's get back to the comedy part.
did you see that Andrew Callahan is back?
I did, and I talked about it with Harry 2 weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and I'm kind of two minds about it, but I'd love to get your opinion because, like, one, the content is very good,
Mm-hmm.
and I have watched all the videos he's put out,
Yep.
and they're very good videos.
Yep.
But also, I don't know if 8 months in a desert on your Patreon account absolves you of sex crimes.
It was 9 months.
Oh, okay.
It was probably 8 months until he started recording again.
Yeah.
He was pulled out of retirement, though, because what's his name? The QAnon shaman wouldn't interview with anyone except for him. So he was like...
So he had a sacred duty to interview the QAnon shaman?
Yeah, I think so, especially after listening to that interview. It's fucked up he was in isolation for 21 months or solitary for, 2...
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, the prison system is evil, but also that guy's a psychopath.
He seemed pretty tame.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
dude?
he seemed pretty hinged.
He's one of those, like, I have Native American blood in my veins guys.
Yeah, but like so's every white woman, right? You know,
Yeah.
like so.
Sacagawea Warren.
Yeah, he's
He's
as
just as bad as Elizabeth Warren.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's just, I feel bad for him. He's like clearly like kind of autistic,
Mm-hmm.
but like, and comes from like a fucked up family. But like, I don't know. I don't have enough room in my heart to care about all of these people.
Yeah. Well, he was called out. There are people who care, and it's important to hear this guy.
Sure.
I think.
I mean, what is his point?
I think if anything is important politically, then this is as important as that stuff.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I just like what is the QAnon shaman's point? I don't think he is important as like a person that we should listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting to hear his perspective as a
Right.
relevant figure in American history.
That's more the stance I'm trying to make.
Sure.
On this. His point, I guess, was that he got picked out as the face. That there were people who actually did the vandalism and stuff who only got a handful of months.
Bro, you put on a headdress. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You've selected your fate. You put on the fancy hat.
Yeah, but it's insane that the media were able to specifically target him like that.
If I robbed a grocery store with a group of 12 people dressed as the Grimace from McDonald's, I would be the one arrested.
Well, if you were hanging out with a better way to say it is if you're hanging out with a group of 12 people and 6 of them rob a McDonald's while you just happen to walk in at the same time, but you're wearing a headdress, you still might get arrested.
And I start chanting like a hymn or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be the one that gets arrested.
Yeah.
Like, it's not surprising that guy got arrested.
Just fucked up the severity of it.
I guess so. I mean, would you consider like January 6th terroristic? I mean, they were trying to kill people. They just didn't do it.
I think there were a handful of them that were trying to kill people, and most of them were just like fucking around.
They were
like,
just dumbasses.
Fumbling dumbasses who were just like, well, I don't know what to do. Most of them didn't make it inside, and then only some of them who made it inside actually did some scary shit, like bring a gun to the Senate floor.
I mean,
or
there was the guys
steal
with like zip
information.
ties and shit, and they were like trying to kidnap senators.
Yeah,
hang Mike Pence. They had the noose out in the front lawn and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I feel like January 6th, we could have avoided that pretty easily, but we didn't.
Or they could have gone further.
I mean, what would have happened if they went further?
We'd be speaking Chinese by now.
You think so? Yeah. Wouldn't be a war in Ukraine.
That's the damn truth.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Andrew coming back? Because we've in real time on this podcast been a big fan of him, talked about a very obvious flaw in his character, and now he's back. and his content is very good.
Our podcast has lasted longer than his hiatus. That's nice.
True. Yeah.
Good
How
for
long
us.
have we been doing this shit?
I think
Like a year and a half?
we started in like March of 22.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jake. Here we are.
What do I think about it? Stuff he did was shitty.
Yeah.
This probably wasn't enough time for him to like genuinely change as a person. I mean, maybe it's enough time if according to him, a big part of it was alcohol and like substance abuse. So maybe that's enough time for him to like genuinely go off the horse or whatever.
I guess so. That's kind of like a bullshit excuse, though.
Totally. It's true. But like maybe I'll give him that. Like maybe he's sober now and like there's genuine change there. And I can applaud him for that. My stance with it is that it's been 9 months and no one has filled the hole that he left. There was a vacuum that no one went and did. I consider the work that he does genuinely important for like for political information.
I don't disagree with that. I think there needs to be more independent journalists that are doing like man on the street, like talk to people, actually figure out what people are talking about and what people feel. But
it's like it's not just, it doesn't feel like there is a bias or a big, maybe there's obviously a bias with everything that you're presented, but there's not like an overarching message he's trying to fill. He's just going to the scene of the events and he's just asking people, hey, what's up? And no one's doing that. And then there was 9 months where they was prime and ready, where the next one could have stepped up and done what he was doing, and no one did it. So,
I mean, I guess so.
I would rather this guy who's shitty do it than no one do it.
I just wish he would like talk about it.
Oh, his shittiness?
Yeah.
He did do that video.
I mean, he did the video when it first happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I don't know. I'm also like not the arbiter of this. Like I don't really care. Like I don't like supporting people that do bad things in general.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about it 100 times with the difference. Like I don't like Kanye because he's a Nazi. Like and I know he makes good music
and great tweets
and good tweets here and there. Yeah. But like I just don't want to support him. Like it's I don't even have like a red line in the same, like I don't care about any of this shit. Like I don't care about celebrities, but I just don't want to be party to like, I don't want to financially support somebody that I think is a bad person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard. I don't know what the equation is for like how long you need to be away or like what steps you need to take to like rehabilitate yourself. Because I believe in rehabilitation, but like
10 months.
I don't think there's a number. It's just like prove that you've changed.
Yeah.
Prove that you're not that way.
We're going to lock you in a room with a girl. Don't try to rape her.
Yeah. We'll get you liquored up. We'll put you in a dingy bedroom with somebody that is a big fan of you. And we'll see what moves you make, Andrew.
Yep. We're going to do that 100 times. And we're only going to...
Jesus. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
It makes me bummed out that like somebody I respect a lot makes good stuff. Because like I don't know, like this is much different, but like I think Sam Hyde is super talented.
Yeah.
And he's a Nazi.
Yeah. I think it's pretty different.
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People, they aren't good or evil.
Because like some people think we're like pieces of shit probably.
Yeah, it's true.
Because like I say things that are offensive, you know?
Yeah. You said one of the F words earlier.
I'm allowed to say that one. No, I mean, just like we're not like we're not politically correct people, which is fine. And people probably don't like us for that reason in some cases. But like, I don't know what the scale is. I'm not the arbiter. I don't care about any of this. I just want to make stuff, and it frustrates me when other people are talented but like clearly bad people.
Yeah. I think another one of my stances, this like may be unfair to a lot of people, but specifically with the Andrew Callahan thing, I assume every other major journalist has done worse than what he's done.
Yeah, what was that guy that had the button on his desk that locked the door to his office? You remember that guy?
Is this what Don Lemon did?
I can't remember. I think it was like a CNN guy. He had a button on his desk that would lock his office door so he could like sexually assault like reporters.
That's it's kind of awesome, not for the reason it's being used for.
It's because it's like a Bond villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Who installed that? Like, who do you hire to install a button on your desk that locks your door?
And that is the market we need to.
That's what we needed to get into.
Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer did that. Matt Lauer is super famous. Remember Matt Lauer?
Yeah.
Yeah, like all of these guys. Like, that's maybe my point. Is everyone that's famous sucks?
Yep.
And I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
Except for laugh at people that are funny, like Steven Seagal.
Yeah. Also, a lot of the people who aren't famous suck too.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's been Mouse Out of Wedlock.
I guess so.
Thanks for listening. If you're a good person, please don't kill yourself.
Yeah. We need you.
And if you're a bad person, you're probably going to be famous.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
You can find us online by going to Google and typing Mouse Out of Wedlock.
Try that. See what pulls up first. Probably the YouTube channel.
And wonder if we actually come up.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually will.
We have enough content. We fucking should.
Yeah, we're getting suppressed.
One thing we didn't mention is that I'm wearing onesie pajamas at your house.
You are, yeah. You look like the Cookie Monster girl from middle school. Did you have one of those at your school?
No. What?
I think maybe this was just a Kansas phenomenon, but there was always the Cookie Monster girl. The girl that wore exclusively a Cookie Monster onesie to school and refused to participate in PE. There's always one.
Is that true?
There's
Schools?
There's always at least one. And
Did you grow up on Sesame Street?
There's a 50% chance they're pregnant.
Oh no.
That's the Cookie Monster girl. Every high school in Kansas has one of these.
That's crazy. I don't think I ever saw someone wearing any sort of Sesame Street, any sort of Jim Henson onesie.
No, the Cookie Monster girl is a real phenomenon. Siri, Google the Cookie Monster.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna do that before we go.
It's like a variation of Horse Girl, dude.
But stupid.
It's like somehow whiter trash than the Horse Girls. What happens when you Google Cookie Monster girl?
The little girl who sang the alphabet with Kermit.
That's not what I'm talking about. Cookie Monster onesie girl.
Oh, every school had a girl. Oh, I can't get into Twitter. It requires me to change my password.
Oh.
But whenever I try doing that, it won't text me the number. So
You're fully locked out.
I'm locked out. Thanks, Elon, you fucking piece of shit.
Damn, he probably fired the guy that had your email address been baked in there.
Okay, every school had a girl who wore Cookie Monster PJ pants and walked the mile, and I firmly believe she was chosen by a higher power. Someone tweeted that.
I don't know who tweeted that, but I agree with that person wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I can find in it. Back to Googling Mouse Out of Wedlock. Yeah. When you do that, Buzzsprout is the first result I got.
Okay, that's our podcast platform.
And then also YouTube.
Great.
Apple, Spotify, Podchaser.
Does the Twitter come up?
No.
Damn. Maybe we got taken down because I tweeted, "Girl, you smell like Joanne's fabrics on Halloween." That was my tweet for Halloween. Was, "Girl, you smell like Joanne's fabrics."
I would look up Twitter, but I'm locked out.
Damn. Well, that'll be the show for the week. You can follow me, Fisher45Joyce, on pretty much any social media. You can follow me, Fisher Joyce, on YouTube.
You can find me at
Dancing and Through the Raindrops.
Here's what I'll tell you.
You can find Jake.
No, here, give me a sec. I'm gonna
stealing cup of noodle out of people's bags at HEB.
That's not true.
You can find Jake using binoculars to watch people play frisbee golf in Mueller Park. You can find Jake at the Alamo Draft House in the back row.
Here's what I'll tell you.
Are his pants with him? You'll never know. The
Easy Stop Grocery and Gas at 5029 Manor Road is my closest gas station. So check me out there. Sometimes I'm there a lot. So go hang out at that gas station.
I'm there sometimes too, and I don't want to see you. Not you.
Why are you at that gas station?
Not at the gas station, but I'm at your house very near to that.
Yeah, but I'm not giving away my home address.
Okay, not yet.
I'm saying, no.
You're saving that for episode 100.
Well, that would be rude because I'd be doxing Harry.
Yeah, you'd be doxing Bear as well.
Oh, not Bear.
Yeah, and the audience would be very, very keen on kidnapping Bear, I think.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But no, check out the Easy Stop Grocery and Gas. It's at the corner of Manor and 51st.
Yeah.
In Austin, Texas. Again, that's 5029 Manor Road, 78723.
Yeah, just kind of wait there.
Yeah, because I will be there. I go there all the time. That's my closest gas station. They close at midnight, but really they close at like 11:45.
Do you think people that listen to the show know what we look like?
I have a beard. I'm 6'2". My hair's kind of nappy now. Oh, yesterday was Halloween. Did you dress up?
No, I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween growing up.
But you're a grown up now, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't have any reason to have tradition. I don't have tradition.
Well, but people like go to like parties and like have sex and stuff and like drink and.
Do you think I have sex?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Could happen to anyone.
Yeah, we'll see.
I dressed up.
You dressed up? What did you dress up as?
I put on overalls and a straw hat with holes in it, and I only buckled one of the overalls, and I wore my white Game On shirt. I was Huckleberry Fun.
And that's the show.
Thank you very much. Night, night.
See you next week.